Well, we have a brand new SUV from Volkswagen behind us. This is the new Taos.
It sounds a little Japanese.
It does actually, but actually it really is. It's a small town in Mexico, but they could pretty well kind of call it Goldilocks, I think, this Taos.
Why is that?
Well, you know the story of the three bears? Okay, well, Goldilocks went and, this bed's too hard, this bed's too soft, this was just right, like that. Well, this new Taos it's bigger than the older Tiguan, yet it's smaller than the new Tiguan, so it fits right in between, and for a lot of people, it's just right.
Let's go take a look.
All right, let's go. First impressions, what do you think?
Well, the compact is truly not compact anymore. I really like the size. It's more in line with almost the first gen of Tiguan. To many people, I think it's just the perfect size.
Yeah, well, Tiguan, or the latest generation Tiguan is definitely like it's a compact plus now. It's a big vehicle, big enough that you can even get a third row of seats back there. Yeah, so the old one's a little bit smaller than the regular compacts. Now the Tiguan's bigger than the regular compacts, so they actually had room to put something else there, and so this is larger than a subcompact crossover as well. So like I just recently tested the new Toyota Corolla Cross. That's a subcompact crossover, and you definitely feel that there is more room in this vehicle for sure compared to a subcompact, yet it's shorter than the Tiguan by about 9 inches, which is quite a bit, right?
Yeah, but the inside is very roomy.
Yeah, we'll talk about the inside in a second. This color, I love blue, and this is called cornflower blue. I think Volkswagens just suit blue to me. And this color, I think blue just belongs on Volkswagens. This is called cornflower blue, and I think it looks great. What do you think?
Yes, I really enjoy the color as well. It looks both very happy under the sun and in the rain. It's just a happy color on the road.
We get a lot of rain here in the Pacific Northwest, that's for sure. And I think this vehicle looks really proportional. Like the Tiguan looks kind of long. The Atlas looks like a big brute, which is good. I like the regular or the previous size of the Tiguan, so I think it works well. And this is the Highline, so all Taoses get, is it Taoses? Can you say Taoses? It's kind of weird. All Taos get standard LED headlamps and tail lamps. This is the Highline trim, so it gets adaptive headlights as well. It gets this light bar that goes right across the grille, and I think it makes for a really premium look and a very unique experience, I think.
It's very distinct, very catchy.
Yeah, it is. Standard are 17-inch wheels, or available 18-inch like we have on this Highline as well.
One thing I do miss, power tailgate and the front parking sensor.
Yeah, you notice that right off the bat. I have to kind of bring Cynthia down to earth once in a while because she drives a lot of the vehicles that I get, and yeah, some of them are luxurious vehicles, and you get used to things like front parking sensors and power lift gates. I do wish that it did have a power lift gate because some vehicles in this class, like that Corolla Cross, can be equipped with a power tailgate. So it would be nice to have that, and front parking sensors would be good as well. This one does have rear, but just none in the front.
Now the features. The Taos comes with standard 8-inch driver's display, 6.5-inch infotainment system on the base model, and 8-inch screen for the higher models and above. How do you like the digital driver's display?
Well, I like it. Well, this one is the optional 10.25-inch display that we have on this Highline trim. I like it because it's very configurable, and I like how you can display your navigation. Whoa! The brakes work well here. Okay, the traffic. This guy just stopped really quick in front of me. So I like how you can configure it and get a lot of information, especially the navigation. However, if you do use the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it does not project the navigation onto here. And some of the newer vehicles now are giving you turn-by-turn directions with your Apple CarPlay or Android in the native display, and this one does not do that. By the way, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and on this one, it's wireless.
Wireless?
Yes.
And then the infotainment system, very intuitive as well.
Yeah, it's easy to use. It's quick. You do have a backup camera. One thing that I do wish that this does have, and once again, we're spoiled, is
Front view camera.
Yeah, a 360 camera. I can't find anywhere on the build sheet to actually include that with this. However, if you do get the Tiguan, that is available in a Tiguan. Okay, so if that's something really important to you, well, you might want to look into the Tiguan. But on this smaller Taos, it is not available.
Standard comes with heated front seats, and this Highline we get ventilated front seats.
And they're leather as well, right? That is on the Highline. If you go to lower trims, you don't get the leather, you get the fake leather. But yeah, I have a power driver's seat as well. And yeah, it's very, very comfortable. We also have a large panel roof on this vehicle.
Keyless access, that's a plus.
And we have dual zone climate control. Now, are there any heat vents back there?
Yes.
There is?
Right behind the center console here.
Okay, that's always good. Kids always complain when there are no air vents in the rear, and more commonly we don't see them on smaller vehicles. But once again, this is not a small vehicle, all right? So this is actually, I think, a little bit bigger than the first gen Tiguan itself.
It's comfortable, like you said, it's very comfortable. The height just right when I sit in here. It's easy to get in and out as well.
And up front here, the actual leg room is pretty well the same as the Tiguan. In the rear, it's a little bit shorter, and you get a little bit less shoulder room as well. But for the front passengers, hey, that's all that matters, right? Who's sitting out front? Yeah, it's pretty well the same as the Tiguan.
No, even at the back, it's very, very roomy. Like the headroom's very decent, and I don't think they will have any complaint in the back.
No, the kids had no issues, and believe me, when there is a problem or lack of room, we definitely hear about it.
I feel the kicks.
All right, this is where I think this Taos really excels, and that is the drive. Under the hood is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It puts out 158 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Now, this Taos can be equipped as just a front-wheel drive vehicle in the lower trims, or all-wheel drive, the Volkswagen's 4Motion system. And depending on which system you get two different choices of transmissions. So on the front-wheel drive only, you do get a 8-speed automatic transmission, whereas on this all-wheel drive version, you get a 7-speed DSG or dual clutch transmission. And I can tell you right now, it makes it really, really engaging to drive. Let's just see, let's just off the line. It's got great torque. After, there is a slight little bit of turbo lag though, but once you get beyond that lag, it just pulls really, really well. And even if you're not heavily into the turbo, you still get good low-end torque from this engine.
Yeah, I noticed that torque right away. And for a stop-and-go traffic, I do prefer a, conventional transmission now.
I get it for sure. If you are driving around, in the city like where we're in right now, at lower speeds, the DSG is really not necessary. It's when you get it out in the open, it just feels so much more connected. You do have a drive selector. You can just push your buttons, go into sport mode, you go in custom, and then you also have a terrain selector as well. And what I like about Volkswagens a lot of times is, even without pushing that sport mode button, just pulling that transmission down just puts it into sport mode for the transmission. It's just so easy. And if you want to actually change your own gears, you just hit it to the side. You can change your own gears up and down. There are no paddle shifters on this though.
No, but like you said, the Volkswagen always delivers great driving experience.
Yeah, it does have a nice, heavy feel. You like the German feel.
Yeah.
And has a heavy feel, yet the steering is not heavy though.
No, not at all.
No.
Which is perfect for me. And the fuel economy is 8.5 combined, which is the average for this segment.
Yeah, and if you want to tow with this, there is no tow rating. It just kind of says it's not recommended. So I'm sure that if you want to put a trailer hitch on here and just put like things like a bike rack and lighter things, it wouldn't be a problem. Cynthia, you drove this the most. Is there anything else that you want to add or things that you actually noticed that we haven't touched on?
It handles really well. The only thing I miss is the rear view monitor.
Yeah, that 360 camera. It's just nice. Like, it's one of those things. Once you have it and you've used it, it's really hard to get into a vehicle that doesn't have it. Especially to see it on the side, so you're not really scratching up those rims. This does have power mirrors though, so you can point those down and have a look on your side there.
Yeah, but I guess once you own the car, you have better feel of the dimensions, everything. It might be a different story.
That's true. That's absolutely true. So let's close it out. Verdict. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the styling, really love the size and the stands out that front lit up grille, 2 thumbs up, and also the interior is so bright, so refreshing, and great job.
Yeah, it has a modern look, and I agree. I think this actually has a more premium look than the Tiguan. Personally, it's just newer and brighter, and once again, yeah, I love that front end. Next up, value. I think they priced it fairly competitively. This starts at just over $26,000. However, if you go into the top trim, let's say like we have on this Highline, you do get a lot for your money. You do get all-wheel drive, but it's not inexpensive. It's about $36,000, and at that price, you could get into like a kind of like a midline Tiguan. And the Tiguan, couple of things that would add to that you'll like is you can get that power liftgate and you can get that 360 camera on the Tiguan. So, but that's probably on the higher trim level as well. So it's going to cost you more. So some people just don't really need something that big though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, value wise, I'm going to say it's decent. Mm-hmm. It's decent.
I agree. So family approved. For this size of vehicle, it offers so much room, and they did a really good job for use of the room. And that trunk, wow, it fits a lot of stuff in there. And the all-wheel drive is perfect for our Pacific Northwest weather. The one thing I do miss for a family vehicle, that power tailgate.
Yeah, you're gonna keep on coming back to that, and I do agree with that. Overall, I think Volkswagen needed to actually come up with this Taos because they made the Tiguan so much larger that there was room, there was a hole there that needed to be filled, and the Taos has filled it. Yet it's still fairly roomy in size. They could probably fit another model below this now, right? And so it's just this whole game, just because
let's wait and see.
Everything keeps on going bigger and bigger. And at the beginning I said this could be the Goldilocks, and I think it is the Goldilocks of the SUVW family for a lot of people, because not everybody wants something that big, and this is, it's just easier to maneuver and it's more fun to drive for sure.
Yes, I agree. It is super fun to drive and very practical.
That's it for our Taos review. Thank you, Cynthia, for allowing me to drive for a change, since you actually hogged it the entire week practically. But hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions about this vehicle or any other vehicle that we may be testing. By the way, we have a lot of exciting things coming up. We have the new Grand Wagoneer, which is the full-size SUV from Jeep. We also have a whole bunch of new Volkswagen products, not just the Taos. We have the new GTI, the Golf R, and the all-electric ID4 coming on the channel in the next couple of weeks as well. So make sure subscribe and hit that notification so you'll know when the next video comes up, and we do post new videos every single week. If we don't, leave a comment and just say, hey, called you out on that. But we try anyways. Hope you enjoyed it. Safe driving.
Ciao.